Good morning. Gotta kick bust it. I'm gonna wear glasses today. I forgot I brought them in. All right. All right, let's get on with it. Hey, da boo boo. Let's get the pips from the pip basket. Welcome to Forex.Today, the YouTube community of more than 21,000 foreign exchange traders. We gather here today to conduct technical and fundamental analysis on gold, oil, Bitcoin, dollar pairs, yen pairs, NASDAQ, Swiss franc, yens. You want to do Dow? You want to do S&P? You want to do FTSE? You want to do DAX? You're the boss. I am a humble servant here to serve you. Let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Wow. Look at that. It looks like I got a hairy chest. This must be something wrong with the camera. All right. Little better? No, now it's a little too high. All right, whatever. Hey, welcome to my office. I like trading. I like investing. This is what a capitalist pig dog looks like. I love money because money brings good to the world. Good intentions are great. They're wonderful. But you need resources to make a difference. And money helps you make a difference. So if you're like, hey, capitalist pig dogs are bad. No, they're not. Because you can do anything you want with your money. You can give it to charitable causes. You could build things with it. So anyways, hey, let's make the world a better place. Let's start by increasing your net worth. I think the best start is for you to quit your stupid, pathetic day job. It wastes all your time. I had to go to the airport today with all the regular people commuting out on the highway. What a waste of time that is. Commuting to work every day? Wait, you have to pay money to go to your dead-end job? Really? You need to buy a car and put gas in it, change the oil, do all the maintenance, change the tires and the brakes. You got to spend 2 hours a day, 10 hours a week, 40 hours a month. That's 500 or 600 hours a year you waste to drive to work, to spend time with your idiot boss. So anyway, I went out in the world today. I went outside today, and just that idea of commuting, right? Yeah. Wow. So anyways, we're here, man. Let's get you to the point where you don't have to do that anymore and you can focus full time on your small trading business. Let's do that. My dishwasher was making funny noises. Sorry. I'm like, is it spilling all over the office? Anyways, so let's turn your trading into a small business that can replace your day job. Okay? Anybody into that vision? If you're already retired, nice. Then let's try to get you some income so you don't have to touch your savings. How do you get the MT4 toolkit? You join investorbootcamp.com for $88, and it's there. Yeah. Okay, and the full toolkit, the one that used to cost $150, yeah, now it's included with your $88. Hey, you're welcome. I'm moving everything over. In fact, I've actually moved everything over to Tradars as far as those video courses. I don't know if you're going to be able to get them for $88 in the near future. I don't know. I haven't made that decision yet. All right. I can solve that. How do you install the? I can show you how to do that. There's one mistake that everybody makes. I'm surprised YouTube doesn't help, but I walk into people just the other day. They don't use YouTube. And I'm like, really? It's the #2 search engine in the world. They're like, it's a search engine? I'm like, yeah, you want to know something? There's a video to teach you how to do it. So anyways. So let's move on. So I'll show you these resources where you can get all this stuff. Everything that I'm building is moving to TradeRs. So in fact, you're looking at this and it's Quant box inside of TradeRs. Now you can try to steal this URL. Don't worry about it. You won't be able to get in. So it doesn't matter. And that's not even going to stay the same. And this is our staging ground. But look, it's all integrated. So I want to use this later today. Quant box is the future. Quant box is like a Bloomberg research terminal for small traders and investors. It's crazy. I can show you, and in fact, we did this recently. I forget whether it was Monday or last week. But I said, do you want to know PMI manufacturing data for New Zealand in June 2018? And I pulled it up in a matter of like 30 seconds. So here's the thing. If you're a professional institutional investor, you can rent Bloomberg for $2,200 a month. One terminal. This will be cheaper. Yeah. So anyways, let's go through this. So QuantBox currently is here, and it'll always stay here. If you're a subscriber to QuantBox, don't freak out. So nothing's going to change here. Mahai, you got to watch China. Who's the biggest customer to buy the New Zealand dollar? China. China's not buying. China's in trouble. Okay, Mahai? You got to look at the business model of the country. All right. So anyways, QuantBox is there. That's where you get it. It's incredible. Just absolute. And I've upgraded it so many times. None of the upgrades are posted on the website. It's insane what we have going on over QuantBox. That's becoming part of TradeRs, but you can just have QuantBox over here. You're fine. All right. Oh yeah, Investor Bootcamp. Okay, this is where you get training and coaching. I've moved all the videos, 100 hours of training videos. Okay, I'll show you here. 100 hours of training videos. I've already moved everything over. So it's already inside of TradeRs. It's not available yet, but pretty soon everybody that has access to this here will have access to it over there. Ooh, yeah. And we have more on the way. And in fact, I got an idea because I've never released the stock trading course, which is actually a portfolio construction course. And I'm thinking about doing like a mini 3-day conference where you can watch it over 3 days. Like we can do it like a weekend course. And do it affordably, right? So anyways, I might do that later. Cool. So anyways, $88 a year, right? And then of course the trading platform I use is tradersway.com. Okay. And their business model is based on ECNs, the ECN business model. That's what I use. That's what I recommend. You should check them out. You should seriously consider Trader's Way. Unless you really like the fact that your broker trades against you. If you love it, you're like, I love it. My broker's trading against me and wants me to lose money. If you love that, right? It's like your maid steals from you, but you won't fire your maid. Oh, but she's a sweetheart. Well, you make the best decision. Trader's Way works with you, for you, and their goals are aligned with your success. If you prefer that, you get that through an ECN. I get that through Trader's Way. Oh, so the question right now we have, how do you get and install my templates? Okay, let's address that first. Login. Cool. We have video training courses. We have the live swing group. You can see what a swing group meeting was like. Okay, cool. Where's the day trader? Oh, this account doesn't have a day. I can upgrade to this. Oh, and here's the principles of trading stocks. So I was thinking about launching this and doing like a weekend course and do it for like cheap, way cheaper than this. Would anybody be interested in that? And then next year, I'll put it in with everything else, but I thought it'd be fun to do it like, I don't know, I'll make up a number, $99, and we can watch all the recordings over like a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, like you would go, like the old days, like you'd go to a hotel and learn how to trade at a Holiday Inn. This is good. This is a good course. Anyways, let's get back to it. Chart toolkit for MT4, MT5. Okay, so the basic toolkit I sold for $5, I think it was. And then the complete toolkit, I think I sold for $150. I think. There's 2 pages of them. Something like that. I don't remember. Okay. So you get the complete toolkit and the basic toolkit for no additional cost. You want to install each one. So what you do is you go to the complete toolkit installer. The other ones were all individual files. And yes, install everything for me. MT4, MT5. Hang on, my cat's outside. It's raining on it. Hang on, let me go save my cat. Hang on. Come on, Fluffy, Fluffy. There you go, Fluffy. All right. All right, cool. Jimbo says, wouldn't that reflect across different brokers that they trade against you? Yeah, unless they use an ECN. So an ECN is straight through processing. So it goes directly into the liquidity pool. Okay? And you can think of most Forex brokers as more like a dark pool. They trade their clients' positions against the other clients' positions. But they assume, my cat's yelling at me. He's the loudest cat ever. They assume that idiot number one, which is a client, which is a terrible way of thinking about a client, but idiot number one is eventually going to lose all their money. Idiot two is eventually going to lose all their money. So it doesn't matter. So they can just match one trader versus another, and eventually they're both going to lose. So they never actually execute the trades. They just match idiot client number one with idiot client number two. Eventually they both blow up their $5,000 account, but the broker keeps the $10,000 because they know it's inevitable. It's based on their business model. And if everyone's long a pair and there's no one to offset, then they'll take the other side because they know eventually you're just going to lose all your money. And they have no intention to actually put it into the Forex market. So you're just in some dark pool of idiot retail traders that eventually lose their money. Now, is that immoral? I don't know. That's for you to decide. An ECN uses straight through processing where you click sell and they just throw your trade into the interbanking system. And somebody else offsets you. So it doesn't matter if you win or lose to them. They have nothing to do with it. Now there's a cost to providing that technology, and there's a cost to entering the dark or into the liquidity pool of the interbank system. And so they charge a small fee. But the businesses, they want you to succeed and trade for years and years and years and years because they keep earning an income from providing you a service. Where the other one, they want you to lose money. They'll actually be upset. If you start making money, they'll kick you off. They'll find a way to motivate you to leave because they're not making money on you and they have to hedge you and stuff, and it's costly. Okay? So anyways, so you go to download and see it downloaded here. MT4. Okay, the full kit. Now where's that going to open? It's opening run anyways. And now it's just doing your standard installer. Oops. Come on now. Install for me. Yeah, recommend. And it keeps opening on the other window. Okay. Welcome to MT4 MetaTrader's Advanced Toolkit Setup Wizard. Okay. Next. And it says, hey, do you want to install this in your downloads? This is the problem. So if you don't know what you're doing, if you haven't done any research, you will now install all these files in your download folder. Do you think that's the correct place to install them? No. Because MetaTrader doesn't sit in your download folder. So you need to put the right folder. You have to tell it where to install. Now, a basic level of research on YouTube will tell you probably in 3 minutes where to get it. But here, File, okay, Open Data Folder. Okay, your data folder is where your MT4 is installed. It's where the templates are, where the profiles are, where the EAs are. So you go, copy address, paste. Hey, MetaTraders, this is where my MT4 terminal is installed. Now, once it knows where it's installed, it knows where the profile folder is. It knows where the EAs go. It knows where the templates go. It goes into the template folder in your installation for MT4, but it doesn't know where you installed MT4. So anyway, so you just copy it, paste it, next, and it'll install. I'm already installed, so I don't have to do it. So most likely that's what's going wrong. You're installing all the files in your download folder, and then it don't work. Well, of course it doesn't work. That's not where your MT4 is installed. Most people just go click, 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 click. No, 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 no. Okay? Nice, right? So cool. So that's a $155 value you get included for free with your $88. Cool. All right. Euro getting crushed this morning. Aussie doing well. Does anyone know why maybe Aussie is doing well? Let's look at our indices. We'll do short-term indices. Can anybody give me a reason? Why do we have a spike here? Why has the last 12 hours been good for the Aussie dollar? No, because you can see the dollar strong. So that doesn't make sense. China cut interest rates last night. Thank you, Henry. And we were talking about this before. Why has the New Zealand dollar been so weak? Why has Australian dollar been so weak recently? The Chinese economy is in big trouble. And last week on schedule, they cut interest rates, but then they did an unscheduled one last night, further cutting interest rates and different interest rates. And they're getting more serious about doing something. I don't know if you can hear my cat. Now my cat wants back outside. Yeah, he must be a cat. Cool. Yeah. Well, Mahai, you have to decide, do you trade the news or do you trade fundamentals and technicals combined? The reason I'm moving everything to TradeRs is so that you can do everything together. So let's look at GDP in the United States. This is the July GDP. Okay. Expected, better than expected. Oh, well, okay. But so we have above potential GDP growth. All right. But where do we get a lot of information? Well, we get a lot of information from pulling GDP apart. And we look at things like PCE. Oh, well, let's look at PCE. So now I can switch over. This is traditional TradeRs. The other one was Quant box inside. Okay. So now we can zip around here and kind of break things down a little bit. GDP 2.8. But it could have been 3.2, which might be good news. Now, a 3.2 handle is giant. 2.8 is still a giant number. But let's look at PCE Now, core PCE is what the Fed looks at. Okay? Could have been 3.3, but it came out 2.9. Below the 3 handle. Which is funny because I was talking about it yesterday at 2. I said, well, it said 2.9. Now, it actually didn't happen until just now, but 2.9. 2.6, non-core. Inflation adjustment. Oh, inflation adjusted PCE is higher than expected. Okay? So I want you to kind of pay attention to some of these numbers. Now, I did a lecture today so that you understood what 2.3 would mean, or 2.9. Okay, now this is more inflation. This is productivity. What you want really on the long run is high productivity and low inflation. But you have to understand the context of GDP. It was 3.2, it's now 2.8, but what does 2.8 mean? Is that good or bad? How does this impact the Fed's decision? But ultimately, we know they're actually looking at this number. And psychologically, they would love to have it below 3.0, and it is. Okay? 3.7, 3.3, 2.9. Ooh, nice. So we can take a look at the history of core. Okay? Isn't TradeR's nice? Come on! You're looking at it and you're going, this is pretty. I know. It's pretty like a bitchy orange cat. Meow. I don't know if you can hear him. He's mad at me. Well, why'd you want it? Papa's working. Go take a nap. Go lift a leg. Yeah. No. It's coming out of GDP. Okay, because what is GDP? Okay. Consumption plus investment plus government spending. Now the other, right? So people, businesses, government. But inside of GDP is consumption. So you can start pulling some numbers out of GDP. So if you have GDP, you know consumption. Okay. So anyways, yeah. Cool. What we want to see, if you want the Fed to cut interest rates, is a downward trend. And you can see we had an oopsie-upsie. Prices are not coming down. No, that's wrong. By the way, so I'll have to make a note to really upload the Quant box video I did today. I explain that in great detail. And so politicians are telling you this, and even the Fed is telling you this, right? But prices are coming down. No, they are not. So you got to be careful. You have to understand. I taught this morning at Quant box. JP, well, they come from the same place. So does it predict it? To me, it's somewhat part of it. But they could use different math and all that. Okay? But like personal consumption expenditures. Okay? You're spending money on your house. you're going out to eat at Applebee's, and it's a person, not a business, not a government. Okay? Thank you, Jim. But, Jim, let's just have people watch the video. I'll put it up on QuantBox. Like, how many people here want to actually know this stuff? Because I'm telling you, you can listen to both politicians and say, well, that's not actually quite true. And you can listen to the Fed and go, well, you can read newspapers, you can listen to podcasts and go, they don't actually understand what they're talking about. Would you like to be the smarter person in the room when it comes to economics so you can make a better investment? Oh my God, that's what QuantBox is. So I'll upload the video for free to YouTube. You can watch it today and just watch that and you will unpack like real smarts. Oh, thank you, Jim. Yeah. Right. Okay, so how many people are actually going to watch this? Should I spend time? And put that up there. If only 3 people, maybe I don't do it. Okay. Did I download it? Let's see. Downloads. No. I'll have to do it. Maybe I'll just do it now. Kajabi Traders. Kajabi QuantBox. Oh! I wanted to show this to... I want to show this to you. There's a new feature in town. In the recordings, you can change the recordings to 1080p. See? All right, looks like it's recording. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so hey, welcome to QuantBox Live. It is, I still haven't changed the clock. I did change the clock now. Okay, so this is the one on Tuesday that I did. And it is recorded in 1080p, full screen, should be fairly clear. My shirt doesn't fit right. But I think my internet's a little slow right now. 7:08 in the morning on Wall Street, 2.5 hours about before the open of trading. It's all right. I want to see anything negative. So you want to see this all clearly above 50. And all right. So anyways, it is there. Some said it wasn't working for them, but it does seem to be working. So I need to go to this lesson from today course. Gotta go. I'm in the back office here. Live strategy sessions. And today is what, the 25th? Is today the 25th? I have a fancy watch with the date, but I can't see it. It's too small. Yes, 25th. I will download that. So I go here. Yeah, he's loud. By the way, mate, I sent you a very, very, very important email about a week ago. Yeah, please find it. Okay, let's see. Download video. Why did it do it that way? Like a regular person. That's today. So how do I do that? Why didn't it actually download it? Usually don't do it this way. Maybe I can use the traditional way. Almost there. I just want to make sure I actually do it. So I go courses. I go live strategy sessions, and I think it has it there, and it'll download it traditionally. Recordings. And spinning. There it is. Download it. Boom. Cool. There it is. Nice. All right. So I'll do that. I'll upload that. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let me go. Let me go take care of the cat. Come on, Bubba. There you go. I figured you're out doing family stuff, maybe away from home and all that. I sent it probably 2 weeks ago. Yeah. That's cool. Cool. Right on. And I'm super excited. I hope you read it and say yes. All right. So anyways, all right. So let's get back to that. Let's, did anyone attend my live stream at FX Street on Friday? What I did was I took my time to show you how to trade properly. Quant box 3. All right. I said this before too. Don't look at this URL and say, ha 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 ha, I know the URL now, I can steal it. No, you can't. Don't worry about it. And that's going to change anyways. You did? Good. Right on. Oh, that sounds terrible, Maida. Yeah. That's the worst ever, huh? All right. What I want to teach you, first of all, imagine tradars, radars for traders. This is going to be your, when I say platform, you're probably thinking charts. So I don't know how to describe it. It's a research platform, but it's more than research, right? It's more than that. But this part of tradars, some people want to call it fundars, and I don't know if I want to go that. But yes, all of this stuff is part of the fundamental part of your trading. I want you to trade like you are a small institutional trader and investor. I want you to be part of the smart money. And QuantBox, I've upgraded it so much that it's extremely powerful. But here's what I want you to do. This part of tradars will be used for your rational decision making, your rationality for buying or selling. Okay? Every will fundamentally make sense based on macroeconomics, institutional positioning and flow, so cash flow, based on correlation, based on seasonality, based on sentiment. Everything you do from now on will absolutely be logical and well-informed. It's going to change everything. So now you can get like, how do you feel about gold? Here's a gold page. Okay. Oh, I'll have to change the scale of this. Okay, but I mean, look, you're looking at interest rates, unemployment rate, change in employment, inflation, retail sales, service PMI, manufacturing PMI, GDP, technical trends, seasonality, retail positioning, institutional positioning. And we've even added the change overnight. This actually went from a 6 to a 4 last night. And then how do you get to these scores? Oh, you look over here, for example. Okay? And directions. Is it good? Is it bad? Okay? Just crazy, right? Beautiful stuff. Here's your seasonality. And you know what? Yesterday, you were a bull, but not today. You changed. You changed your mind. Things have changed. What about the stock indices? You're like, but Wayne, that's all fine and dandy, but I don't want to trade the S&P 500. I want to trade the NASDAQ. I want to trade the FTSE. I want to trade the German stock market. Well, let's do some research. You see everything load? Okay? Because you're manipulating a live database here. Oh, it's only going to have a score of 1. Okay? Do you remember what the Dow is? It's a 9. Do you remember what the NASDAQ is? It's a 6. So look, we even added a cheat sheet inside of the menu. Oh, NASDAQ's a 6? Oh, let's pull up the NASI. Why would you look at DAX if it's a 1? Okay? I know, right? So look, I got lucky. It is a 6. Well, it's on the menu. Okay, and there hasn't been a change lately, but be careful. Okay? The trend is bearish. The technical trend is bearish. Uh-oh! Look at this. Isn't that great? 7 days projections in the future. I mean, just so much amazing stuff. Under fundamentals, we have the central bank stuff, which is just that in itself is we're pulling directly from the central banks themselves, projecting interest rates 18 months into the future. And not guesswork. Okay? But we have GDP, so that came out today. We can look at it and understand it. Here's all the PMI. Here's retail sales. Here's NFP, weekly jobless claims, JOLTS, the unemployment rate, wage growth. You want to talk about inflation? That's where inflation comes from, son. Okay? All of this is there now. Okay? And so we did this on Friday. This was sort of a cool little trick. Manufacturing PMI for New Zealand. Okay. $6 years ago. And on January 29, PMI manufacturing data from New Zealand was 55.1. You're welcome. This is what I mean. Like, it's turning into a Bloomberg terminal for retail traders and investors like you. And you're going to start making institutional quality investment decisions. Okay? Amazing, right? Look at this. Gold, long-term treasuries, short-term treasuries, the stock market, yen, dollar, volatility, and the put-call ratio. You're like, the put-call ratio? Yeah, well, it's like, well, if you look at the entire options trading market, the option on everything, and that's a lot of things. If you look at that entire market, there are more bears than bulls. Look at the change. You're welcome. It's risk off. The options trading market, the entire options trading market. Okay? And then just to kind of hit hard here, we can go to, like, look at this. Sell CAD yen, sell Swissy yen, sell Kiwi yen, sell USD yen, sell everything with the yen. And you're like, well, how do I get a better look at that? Well, you can get a good look at a T-bone by sticking your head up a steer's ass, but I'd rather take a butcher's word for it. Sorry, I watched Tommy Boy recently. Had to do it. All right. So, Quant says, sell CAD yen, sell Swissy yen, sell Kiwi yen. Okay, these are just yen. Sell USD yen, sell Euro yen, so on and so forth, right? Okay, great. And it said it for a while. And when you do things like, well, how does the backtester work? Well, you just pull this up. Loading. Has to load a lot of data. This one's, okay. And we're like, okay, talk to me, Goose. Hey, Quant box. What were we going to do? CAD? So let me just show you. CAD. Now there's everything with CAD. CAD yen. See how easy this is? All right. Let's load it. Okay. So, on July 5th, Quantbox went negative on CAD yen. Can't see, the camera's in the way. CAD yen. Okay. I know this is a lot, so let's just clean this up. Let's just go template, simple. All right. July 5th. July. Right there. That's when Quantbox said time to get short, or time to think about getting short. Well, there's seasonality, Jimbo, but it also decided on based on technical analysis. And then it also then does macroeconomic analysis. Okay? So things started changing up there. Okay? Remember, it's looking at a minimum 14 different things to make that decision. But it's not guessing. I want you to understand that. It's not guessing and projecting. It's just telling you what is now. It's just real. Okay? And the size of these moves are hard to believe. So I sold this recently. I don't know. It was a silly little scalp. It was such a basic trade, a 618 Fibonacci retracement off of a moving average. But it dropped 500 pips, 600 pips, I think. And I can tell you, pound yen is not the best of the yen shorts. Remember, Quantbox preferred you to sell other things. So that was just a pissy little scalp. And then I've had a little bit of a family crisis recently, so I was out being a good husband and a good father and a good son-in-law and doing what needed to get done to take care of my family. So I haven't even been able to trade any of this. That's the only trade I got on there. And at the time, I knew it was a decent setup, but not the best trade. But it was the best trade then. It wasn't Mr. Right. It was Mr. Right now. And Jimbo says, are you combining fundy and techs? I think you're being facetious, but I wrote a book called Strategic and Tactical Forex Trading. So yes, fundamentals are strategy, and it's always been this way. If we met 20 years ago, it was exactly the same message. Yes, fundamentals first. So let me follow that up. This video here, let's go to youtube.com/@quantbox. Okay. Now it might play for you automatically, but I'm a subscriber, so you have to go to the launch video. Oh, it's going to be buried somewhere. I don't even know what it's called. Oh, is it the first one? How far back do I have to go? I don't even know how many I've updated. Home. I think I have to. How would I do this? I have to go in a different profile, I think. Let's switch account. I'll try going in this one. There we go. This one. All right. So, look, are we finally live? Then I also said, well, you need to know how the market is positioned, in particular institutionally. And so then, okay, I'll move forward with live data rates in their economy and the addition to this somewhere here. Bullish. New strong bullet. Where was it here? I swear it was moving, and therefore I never knew why it might. Oh, this is it. There we go. So I had opened up my trading platform. I'm going to, in this presentation, to show you how I became a Forex trader. There you go. So right around here, like right at the beginning of that presentation, I show you how I started trading back in 2001. So Jimbo, I can tell you nothing has changed since 2001. But back then, though, the fundamental part was difficult. I didn't know anything about economics. But I did quantitative analysis of data first and foremost. The point is, you're asking fundies first. Okay? Fundies first, right? I know what I want to do before I even look at a chart. And I've always been that way since 2001. I think if you go to your charts first to find a trade, that's where you fail. Oh, you're going to find something to do, even if it's dumb, even if it doesn't make sense. It might look good on a chart, Doesn't make it right. So I need you to be in a place. Because, like, for example, Tradars also does technical analysis. It watches 7,500 charts in real time. Oh, you're going to find trades in there. All kinds of trades. And I would say about 50% of them are stupid. But you're like, but Wayne, Tradars is showing the technical patterns. Yes. At least half of all technical patterns are stupid. Even though the ones you find, the ones that Tradars finds, it doesn't make any sense. But the pattern is there. Yes, but it's a dumb trade. So let's say you get really good at technical analysis. And I bet you many of you are good at technical analysis, but many of you still are not profitable. And you're like, well, what the hell is this? You're trading everything, good trades and dumb trades. And you can't distinguish between either. Well, therein lies the problem. What do you think is the difference? One trades with the fundamentals, one trades against the fundamentals. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but you already have found through blood, sweat, and tears over years that on the long run, it never works. You have to have fundamentals and technicals. And I've said this many times. When I talk to my hedge fund trading friends, we rarely talk technicals, although it comes up and we understand each other. And I'm like, hey, did you see the annual on the pound yen? He's like, no, I missed it. I'm like, oh, you're going to love it. Kicking off an R2. And he's like, what? Like, I literally had this conversation a couple of days ago. And he's like, oh, I'm so ashamed that I missed that. He's like, I can only admit this to you, but oh my God, I'm ashamed I missed that. I'm like, oh, I know. But everything else is fundamental. If you don't know what to do, then the technicals don't really help you that much, okay? And you already know if you're a pure technician, in the beginning what happens is you're always late or you're always early. So now you're stuck in the middle, and that doesn't leave you much profit. But your losses get quite big because you're buying when it's rotating out, and then you're selling when it's rotating back in. And those end up leading to fairly big losses. So then you get yourself into a situation where all your winners all your losers are tiny, but all your winners are tiny. And you finally just exhaust yourself physically or mentally, or your trading account dies by 1,000 lashes. Little slashes, and you slowly bleed to death. Okay? So what I'm saying here is you already know what I'm talking about. And I already know what you're missing. And in the old days, it was very difficult to just teach you fundamentals. Now I've built it into your trading platform. So if you want to see how I started, 23 years ago, I knew what I wanted to do before I even looked at a chart. And you have to understand there was 3 steps. Figure out what you wanted to do. Step number 1. Step number 2, you would then go to a chart and do your technical analysis. But you couldn't trade on your chart back then. So I would finish my technical analysis and I'd write down, this is where I want to buy. This is where I want to put my stop. This is where my limit order is. And then step 3, you'd go to your trading platform and go to the asset and then manually type in those numbers and double check, and then execute the trade. And God forbid you forget what often would happen is you'd put in an OCO, so you have a stop loss and a limit order, and you hit your target and the limit comes out, but you leave your stop. And the next day, price comes down and hits your stop, and now you're in the market. And you're like, I didn't do that. I didn't buy it. And they're like, yeah, you left a stop. Oh, God, dang it. Okay? So anyways, I fixed all this for you. I'm telling you, like you either adopt it or you get left behind. I am not joking about that. I fixed your biggest problems But if you don't change your behavior and you don't change your process, you will die of 1,000 lashes. And you already know it. You know it's true. You know it. You feel it. You're like, he's totally right. I know I'm totally right because I've been through it. Yeah, Jimbo, it's right here. Look, you want that? Scorecard summary. Done. I've already done it for you. Interest rate differential, labor market, inflation, GDP growth, technical trend, seasonality, retail positioning, institutional positioning. We have a score of 11. That's very bullish, pound cat. And we do it for everything. Okay? It's done. Dude, that's the easiest part. It's so done. It's so done. And then you can drill right into it and get more information. Okay, so like I said, just change up the symbol, and pound cat is an 11. Again, I put the cheat number there. So cool. Okay, so yeah. Okay. Okay. Retail is 91% short. Trade against the retail market. When you look at institutional traders, 86.5% of institutional traders are selling the CAD and 78.5% are buying the pound. Like, dude, this is what hedge funds have been doing. And you don't know that, you're missing it. You're totally missing it. Right? So you're like, cool, let's take a look. Let's do some linear projections based on statistical analysis of that pound CAD. Okay? We're going back, same thing, probably July 5th, July 4th. You should have been long this, dude. Just crushing it. Like hedge funds, you have to understand, we know how the hedge funds are positioned. And retail's been trading against hedge funds all month. Well, you know they're wrong. It's not leading. This is statistical analysis. Here, I did it on Friday. I'll do it again. I'll do the fast version, okay? All right. So you break this into a grid like calculus, okay? And you do the calculation. Y equals mx plus b. Y is the y-axis, okay? Okay, x is the x-axis. Okay, b is the intercept. And m is the slope of the mean. Okay? So you do some calculations, and you're like, from this period to this period. Oops, I wanted that in a different color. Okay? Okay, from here to here, the average price is there with the calculation of m, which is, let's do that in red, or no, I'll do it in blue. Okay? This is the run, this is the rise. Okay? AKA slope. You're measuring how much up over time. Cool. Then you take all the variances, the lowest low from the mean, the highest high, the lowest low. You do all those calculations. Okay? So that's the variance. Then you standardize the variance, which you take the square root. What do we call the standardized deviation from the sloped mean? Oh, standard deviation, which tells you what? The average high and the average low from the slope of the mean, so that then you can take the high, the low, and then because you have the slope projected into the future, so you get, here's the slope of the mean, and the standardized deviation over time leading to, this is the standardized lowest low, This is the standardized higher high projected in the future based on the slope of the mean. So you have a 7-day projection. It's so easy. Okay? It's not technical analysis, it's statistical analysis. But what I'm getting at too, right? This is what I'm getting at. You're bullish. Now what? Let's do some technical analysis. It's so easy when everybody's trying to please me, baby. Boop. All right, let's go in. I want not all Forex. I want pound. Do I have it? I don't even know if I have it. I'll have to double check. What were we doing? Pound CAD, wasn't it? I might not even have it. I wonder, I could add it. I don't like crosspairs so much, but I do want everything to line up now that they're going to be one service. So I might be off a little bit. We don't have it, right? No. Pound Swissy, Aussie, pound yen, pound dollar. No, I don't have that crosspair. I can do something similar. So I'll have to go back. Actually, I can probably just pull it up here. So I'll get those to match, guys. I'll do that. I have to worry about integration right now. I'll get it there. So the idea is QuantBox has it, Traders has it. That's the idea. All right, hang on. Let me regroup. Switch account. I got to get back into the database. All right, come on, Bubba. So we can't do pound CAD long with Traders doing the technical analysis, but I'll show you. Pound CAD, pound Kiwi, do we even have that? Aussie Kiwi, USD CAD, slightly bullish. Okay, USD CAD, slightly bullish. And I know we have that for sure. So let me go back to this. Okay, dollar CAD, right? Dollar CAD. And we're a bull. You guys following me? We're a bull. Are we an extreme bull? No, we're a modest bull. But we are a bull. We're not neutral. We're not a bear. Cool. We have a bullish setup 14 hours ago. Okay. Okay. Is it a good trade? No. Why? Is that trending up? Not at that time. What's the number one thing you're a bull? Trend. Okay? So what if you're a bull and Traders shows something like this? Do you sell? Traders told you to. No, you're a bull. What the heck's wrong with you? Oh, but I can buy this, right? You think that's an uptrend? No, it's still a downtrend. Then you don't buy it. But QuantBox told me. No, it said the pattern was up. You have to say, is it an uptrend? Well, when Traders is like this, where do you buy? You buy dips. Do you buy up here? No. Where do you buy? The next dip. You still have to be a trader. But the thing is, it's noticing the patterns. And you're like, well, I'm a bull. Well, it's trending down. You don't buy it here and you don't buy it here. You don't buy it here, but you could buy it here and you could buy it there. It's basic technical analysis, but it's doing the grunt work for you. So this is a breakout trade. So how do we do a breakout trade? Well, you got sideways. And one way is it moves sideways forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever until it breaks. Okay? And you could try something like that. Is that a good trade? No. Is it a reasonable trade? Yeah. depending on what the bias is. Now, the bias is up right now, so that's okay. But what are we really looking for? Up channels. Because the way you're going to get filthy, stinking rich is buying higher lows. And that's it. There is no other way. Oh, well, if I put an iron condor strangle, okay, there's other ways of making money. But all those other things are not as good. There is no better way to make money in the financial markets than buying dips in an uptrend or selling at resistance in a downtrend. There is nothing better. So this fits, like, at least it says it's some sort of pattern, a double bottom breakout. But it's not a higher low. What do you want if you're a bull? I want a higher low. Why? Because it's going to make a higher high. Everybody following? Everybody following? Say aye. I need you to talk to your subconscious here. Because I know you're like, that's easy, but I also know you're not going to do it. So you need to retrain yourself. You have to talk to your subconscious. I'm handing you keys to the kingdom. Okay? So it's not ready yet, but you could possibly. So what is this? USD CAD. Okay, so you pull it up. Okay. Cool. So what else could you do to set this up? Okay. Ride the 5, ride the 21. Okay. And now you're deciding. What was I going to do here? I was going to bring this up. Oh, yeah, backtester. CAD. July 16th. That's the 70. There we go. On that day, Quant Box went bullish on this pair. Do you think traders along the way noticed bullish trade plans on that? You better believe it. Okay? You better believe it. And I look at this as like, this is a mediocre pattern. Is it possible it's because we're slamming into resistance? You know how to use pivot points. We hit monthly target and weekly target. Is it possible that this is a range and eventually breaks down to the downside? Yeah. Yeah, you should know your technicals. You should know how to trade and say, ooh, okay, you could buy a dip, but it could be over. But what do you think it looked like for the last 3 weeks? Well, I can go back to my settings, and remember I got everything turned off except that one pair. But I'm showing you how to do it. I would do it this way. Let's turn on, let's say, all dollar pairs and see if there's any juice left. I'm going to turn the yen off because of the... Okay, do I have everything? No, I don't want the exotics. Okay, that should be good enough. Okay, dollar pairs. Let's see if any more. Okay. USD, Aussie USD. What does this say to you? What does this say to you? It happened 19 minutes ago. What does this say to you? Buy or sell? It has a, let me do it here. There we go. It has an up arrow. I just want to make sure you understand. I'm going to build a beautiful training course. We're going to integrate all our live coaching and performance coaching into this. It's going to be absolutely incredible. Mahai says, you said not to counter trend. For 20 years, I've taught people to never counter trend. Okay. Having looked at Quant box, we are bullish the US dollar. Did you guys perceive that? Let me show you. Oh, I double. One of these needs to be on Quant box. Too bad. I'll have to move this one. QB3. Okay. Let me show you how quickly you can get to this determination. And we don't want long-term stuff. We want to know about today. Okay? By the way, do you seriously sense that this is a game changer? I hope you're like, oh my God, this is going to be amazing. Let me show you how quick. What's going on today? Okay? Look, you're bullish the US dollar. Look, you're bullish the US dollar. Okay? Done. Cool. So we're bullish US dollar. Aussie dollar down. You're a bear on this. Okay, good. What this is saying is, first of all, there's a down channel 22 minutes ago. The second thing is there's an up leg coming. It doesn't say buy. It says there's an up leg in the channel that's starting to appear. So, okay. Down, let's do this in black. Down, 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 up, up. Down, 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 up, up. Down, 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 up. Down, 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 up. Down, 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 up, up. Notice it also that it thinks that the higher, the pullback, the lower high is slightly increasing. Okay. Anyways, up, up. So what do we want? Do we want the down, 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 or the up, up? We want the down, 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 down. But notice we knew that before we even looked at this. Now, it's true, TradeRs is good enough where you could just look at this and listen to my coaching. I can teach you how to do it purely technical. But why be limited? Okay? Michael Jordan was the best offensive player in the NBA. So he spent all his time learning how to be a better defenseman. And I believe to this day he's still the only player to win the best offensive and best defensive player of the year in the same year. So you're like, I don't need to know defense because I'm a high-flying, death-defying 360 slam dunker. Yeah, well, it's the shoes. Okay? So anyways, notice that we're watching this on multiple time frames. Oh, golly, Batman. Yeah. Cool. Falling wedge. Could you trade that? Well, it's in the right direction. How about this one? How do you feel about this? Downward move. Noticed it 2 days ago. Okay? Couple of things. 2 days ago we were here, and now we're here. And now it's projecting the next continuation. So it has been right. You can sell the upper part of a channel. But if you want to have a sustainable career, you don't take every opportunity. You need to pick and choose your battles, son. So why don't you wait for the trend to be down? It's a channel up. So what will happen? Well, this will have to break and then come back and then you take it down. Sweet. I'll catch it tomorrow. It's all good. Pound dollar on the high time frame. You should sell it, right? We're fundamentally bearish on this. No. Because if I was a trend trader, and let me state, I am a trend trader. Okay? Then technically, what's going to happen? It's not ready. It's not prime. So if I wanted to sell this, I'm not going to sell it now. I need other people to sell it, and I need some of the bulls to get out. Yes. Okay? So it might be right, but not right now. So with the combination of the fundamentals, two things happen. You know to wait. You know why you're trading. You know the direction. You have all the logic. You're doing all the deep economic research. And you have somebody on staff that has a master's degree in economics and finance. I work for you. I'm your econ bitch. So you're like, dude, this is cool. So now you got technical analysis on 7,500 charts. You have economic research. You have an economist and coach working for you to give you the resource to go through the data and explain it every morning so that when I show you the COT report, okay, you understand what all this gobbledygoo means. Okay? And with all of that, you are ready, willing, and able at the turn of the markets. The tops and bottoms are predictable. Okay? Is anybody shocked right now at how much the NASDAQ has fallen in the last few days? Now, I know you're not going to answer that. Like, I had no idea. Well, you know, people don't like to admit that. Okay? All right. Well, I run a group called the Council of Investment Advisors. And we were long the NASDAQ earlier. Okay? And somewhere, it was either the June meeting or the May meeting. And if anybody on the CIA knows, let me know. I thought it was a little earlier. But it could have been the June meeting, which we would have met the first Friday. So that would have been about here. Okay? Okay. Vacation, what's that? Never heard of it. Oh yeah, that's when what did they say? What did they say in Forrest Gump? That's when your father goes away and never comes back. Mama, what's vacation? Yeah. Anyways, look. Somewhere around there is my guess, because I don't think it was the July meeting. But we were definite, like by then already set. Okay, we were long this, and we took off, I'm going to guess, 80% of the position we got out of NASDAQ. Let me also express something to you. It was by far our biggest winner. So what kind of idiot, knucklehead would bail on the biggest winner in their portfolio? One that thought NASDAQ was going to crash soon. Okay. And I rotated out of our highest beta. So this was a high beta. I rotated that out to 20-year treasuries. The T20, which has a low beta. Why? Because I'm a magician? No, I was ready, willing, and able based on seasonality. That was a little early, but it hasn't cost me anything. But now notice, if I had a big up in the first 2 weeks of July and now a big down in the 2 weeks of July, what's happened to my Sharpe ratio? Because that is equal to vol, and vol is bad. So I was prudent, I was conservative, but I was able to prepare. See, I made a distinction this morning in the Quant Box video, which I will upload. I hope you watch it. I made a distinction. I don't predict anything. I only have the facts. I do not make predictions. Predictions are for guessers. Okay? Harvard didn't teach me how to guess. So, what do? I prepare. Okay? I don't predict earthquakes. I build earthquake-proof skyscrapers. I live in a part of the world where we get tornadoes. I don't predict tornadoes, but I have food and water and blankets and money and bullets all prepared in the safe room, I guess you would call it, the panic room, in my house that is tornado proof. And every so often we have to rotate the canned food out, and we have to rotate the bottled water out because it does get old. It does get, expire. But I'm ready. Okay? But I can't predict it. But I know it happens usually in the summer. Are my analogies making sense? Are they good, or am I losing you? I need to know when tornadoes usually come through my part of the world. Now, I can't predict an earthquake, so I'm not even talking earthquakes. But I can reasonably say there's a time of year that is more likely to be hit by tornadoes, and that happens to be summer. So in the winter, let's say in the spring, we throw out all the food in my panic room and all the water, and we buy new canned food and new water. And now we're ready for tornado season. Now, if you live in Florida, you could probably do the same for hurricane season. You either have something ready in the house or you have everything in coolers. And if you need to evac, you get the call, the evacuation is called, and you just pack the SUV, bang, 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 you're done in 5 minutes. Gone. Okay? That's how I invest. But if you have no idea, if you think it's random every year, then how can you prepare? Well, you can't. You can't. Okay? So anyways, look. This is falling like a ton of bricks. You see that? Oh, it's horrible, right? No, I have hardly any exposure to that. Hardly any exposure. It's okay, man. Okay? But I have information. I have intel. I have an unfair advantage over retail traders. Oops. Boy, this is the older version too, right? I have an unfair advantage. The thing is, when I launch this as a complete package, do you want it too? Or are you just going to keep doing what you've done the last 5 years? Yeah. It's harsh, isn't it? Yeah, it's harsh. Yeah, see, I got to be careful. Yields have popped up a little bit, but I need them kind of back around this direction. So right now, this is going against me. I'd like to get this back below the 20-day moving average. It was working for me. Now it's not working for me. Cool. So anyways, this is killer, man. So imagine all the training videos, all the coaching. Check this out. You might like this. I'm integrating community and courses together. And in the community, we can give each other feedback on our trade plans. We can do watch parties and do like video night. There are challenges. So I can set up a challenge to make, ask you to read, let's say, a Fed report or a WTO report or a World Bank report, and you'll pop that up and it'll give you points. So we'll have gamification, but also we used to, with 100 hours of videos, you had to like scroll through pages of training courses, and then you click on that, and then there were pages of individual videos. Now I've organized it so it was very simple. So now when you want to learn macroeconomics, you're like, oh, there it is. Okay, look how beautiful this is. There are 13 lessons. So you want to learn about GDP? Let's do it. Look how beautiful that is, huh? Isn't that gorgeous? I'll hit record, everybody's thumbs up, right on. Yeah, so imagine you're actually looking forward to an economics lecture. I think that's just so funny. I mean, I love economics. I've said things that we're producing, things like products and services, improve or increase GDP. Government's database, and we're going to gather information in real time. So we're going to ask Freddie Boy. Hey, Fred, which is what is it, the Federal Reserve Economic Database or something? Anyways. Of St. Louis. I was just spent 2 days at the St. Louis Fed. So we're going to say, hey, Freddie Boy, and by the way, it's really good. U.S. nominal GDP. Like you don't have to be a programmer to understand that, right? Just common language. Now I'll get to the nominal part later. I mean, I probably could just type in US GDP, but and it goes gross domestic product, billions of dollars, quarterly, season adjusted annual rate. Oh, snap! There it is. Okay, and then today I was talking about potential GDP, so you can see in a way that's the potential GDP chart, right? So that'll make sense based on what I did at Quant today. But notice all of this, right? Right? I mean, cool, right? Like, dude, this is getting good. So coaching rooms going in here, and everything is going to be part of traders. And it's going to make you a better trader. Or you decided not to do it and you're out on your own. And I don't know why you'd do that, but to each his own. Okay? But remember, it's going to be a platform for your sustainable trading and investing business. You have to want your trading to be like a small institution, professional firm. And it doesn't matter if you're trading out of your mom's basement. Okay? Yes. Cool. I think that's it. I think we did enough, or you're like, no, do more. I guess we can do yens. Okay. Cool. So with yens, okay, you need to pay attention to the yens. This is the pound yen 4 hour. Should you pay attention to the daily? Yeah, you probably should. Should you pay attention to 1 hour? Yeah, you probably should. What about 15 minutes? Yeah, probably should. Okay. Okay, yeah, probably should. Okay, yeah, probably should. That's a lot of work, though. And to do that for all of them, okay, well, let's try to mitigate that. That is a lot of work. You're right. Oops. Okay. So let's turn them all off. Okay. Yen. That's it. Okay. Let's watch the yens on multiple time frames. Okay. Do you know what I see? 3 opportunities to ignore. Cool. You ignore, but they're breakouts. Okay. What's your point? Hey, Wayne, what kind of trader are you? I'm a macroeconomic trend trader. So I'm not interested in any of these. Cool. I'll sell you later. Reminds me of that scene in Gone in 60 Seconds where the cop, the undercover cop, everybody knows he's a cop though, and he's busted car thieves multiple times, and he thinks something's going down, but he needs to check it out. So he's like, I'm going to check on all these car thieves I know. And of course he goes to their auto shop, and they're all together by chance, huh? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I know you're up to something, but I don't know what. So he turns to leave and he says, catch you later, fellas. It's really clever. That's my favorite part of the movie. So it's like, yeah, I'll sell you later, fellas. Everything says up. Great. Hard pass. You're going to trade against down channels across the board? Really? Oh, but it's been up for 30 minutes, Wayne. Well, you do you. This is, okay, do you understand? These are valid patterns. Traders doesn't make this up. These are all valid patterns. This is a 30-minute chart. This is a 60-minute chart. Okay, great. All right, USD yen, pound yen, euro yen. What about the other ones? No patterns. They're doing stuff, but there's no patterns. And traders doesn't make mistakes. All of this is true. But is it tradable? Well, of course, look, if you were going to do this, let's see if I zoom in a bit. Look, if I was going to do this, trade the breakout, wouldn't I buy the dip and then take it up? You could. Here's, if you really want to know what I would do this, just like I showed before. Delete. Let me make the arrow thinner. Okay. Up, down, up, down. Okay. Somewhere along the way, I make a decision. Okay. That it's gone from bearish to bullish, and now I'm making predictions into the future. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, somewhere along the way, I decide I'm buying dips. Are we at that point? No, we're at this point. So I'll wait, because I think there's more than a reasonable probability. Let me find yet another color. A reasonable probability that this is what's happened. Oops, that was terrible. My mouse is glitchy again. Delete. Okay, that on a bigger time frame, let's say, this is what's happening. On something bigger than the 30-minute chart, which tells me tonight or tomorrow or Monday, I'm selling this around 201 and I'm targeting 190. But you have to know that. How do you figure that out? Oh, that's fundamentals. Is anyone willing to say that this is an aha moment? Is anyone willing to admit that? Like, you can now see that combining your training and your coaching and your fundamentals with your technicals is a foundation, is a foundational change in the opportunity of being a professional investor, like a total game changer. I 100% feel that in my bones. And I have a lot of time and money in this because I know it's worth it. Okay? It's worth it. Yeah. Yeah. So in 2 seconds flat, I see patterns, and I'm smart enough to know it doesn't mean up, it means later. Because it doesn't fit with my fundamental bias, and it's just that simple. And an amateur just trades everything, like a dog chasing its tail. I'm like, yeah, hard pass. Everything says up, hard pass. Okay? I want you to win. I'm on your team. I want you to win. Well, okay, how do you learn the fundamentals? Okay, well, let's go back. There's a couple of ways. I have 2 courses that are about combined, let's say probably 30 hours on how central banking works. Okay. Okay. Really cool. Okay, look at this. M1, M2. Like, dude, we're doing balance sheets at banks so that I can teach you about the next lesson, right? Check this out, next lesson. Boop. So I can teach you how to run a central bank. Okay, so that's that type of fundamentals. Remember, the central banks manage the economy and the value of a currency. But on the macroeconomic stuff, this is university level economics that I teach you without having to do all the calculus and stuff that I had to learn. But like, I was just at the St. Louis Fed for 2 days, and this production possibilities curve came up in the conversation. And they were just talking like everybody knew, but they were using a different terminology for it. So I actually raised my hand. And they said, yeah, what is it? And I'm like, are you talking about the possibility production curve? The frontier curve? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, cool, just want to make sure. Like, you need to know this. I teach you. This doesn't matter if you go to a community class or Harvard. I happen to go to Harvard. Cool. I'll teach you what I learned. But it takes hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, right? It's all here. Okay? These are not 20-minute lessons. Like I'll randomly pick one. The business cycles. Let's do, or money supply. No, we'll do business cycles. How long is this lecture? 1 hour and 42 minutes. Like seriously. This is really, really, really detailed. It's like taking a college course. So when you get all of this stuff for $88, it's stupid cheap. Okay. The second one is I will be moving the day trading group and the swing trading group to TradeRs. So not only do you have the video lessons that are already incorporated in this community stuff, but you will be able to interact with all the other members in here. We're going to do fun stuff. Like seriously, we're going to watch movie nights together and watch all our favorite trading movies like Rogue Trader or Wall Street are definitely ones, right? Cool. So we're going to have a lot of fun with this community aspect. And then part of this is going to be the live coaching, like the day trading group and the swing trading group. And that's where, like, when I cover all the fundamentals in the Quant box, whatever the new name's going to be, you will have me every single day helping you understand what all this stuff means. So again, you're lucky. I'm not just some kid on YouTube. Okay? I have an economics degree from the best university in the world. And I work for you. Right? So I will be here every single day to thread the needle with you. Okay? Yeah. But then you're like, on top of that, let me just show you the way I designed it. I have to log back into the database. Okay. The way that I designed it is to make it easy without me. Okay. Yes, Mahai. Yeah. Yes, you do. Okay. So when it does things, look. Okay. How do I learn this fundamental analysis, Mr. Wayne, to come up with a decision? Very bullish, very bullish, very bullish, very bullish, very bullish. Very bearish, very bearish, 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 bearish. And when you dive into it, it also shows you neutral, 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 neutral. And it explains how it got to that decision. It looked at institutional positioning, retail positioning, the 5 and the 20-year, and now the 10-year average. It looks at the technical trend. It looks at GDP. So like this number 6 here, GDP, this is GDP in Great Britain compared to Canada. So it's also comparative analysis of the two economies. Favors pound. Inflation favors pound. Labor market favors pound. Interest rate differential favors Canada. Okay? And it organizes, so you know how it got there, but how do you, as long as you understand what bullish and very bullish means, neutral, bearish and very bearish, it's done everything quantitatively. So you don't need me to explain that, but I can explain sort of the intuition of what that means next. But as far as your trading, within seconds of you logging in, you're like, okay, open your chart and see if there's opportunities to buy these things. Open these charts, look and see if there are opportunities to sell these. Okay? And that's where you get to a pound yen. And you can see I made 500 or 600 pips in just a couple of days because I sold something bearish. Oh, okay. But you remember, it said it was bearish on all of these things. So when I go vertical here, 2, 3, 4 days ago, okay, on all these little pullbacks, sell, sell. Okay, anytime that's a daily, so you need a smaller, do that maybe here hourly. Okay, was there an opportunity over the last few days to sell this? You're like, of course. Okay, let's open a different one. Well, pound yen I already did. Aussie yen. Was there an opportunity to sell this over the last 3 or 4 days? Well, when I sold pound yen, okay, we were here. I mean, dude, you already knew. You knew up here. So you had the down, 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 up, up, sell. It's all in the training course at this point. Sell into the moving averages. Okay? Sell into the moving averages. 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 Okay? We might be at sell at the moving averages. But you know what's the problem is right now? This is an S3. And what have I taught you over and over and over and over again? Always take profit. Okay, so maybe it's a walk away scenario. Now, TradeRs is like, Dude, look at this. Yeah, but that doesn't make it a buy. Maybe it's take some profit, bro. But if it rolls over today or tomorrow and starts to do this, what does it mean? You're selling in the moving averages. But I also want to make the distinction. That price was special. That's a special price. And you should know that. Okay, this is good. This is great. There is not one pip more you could possibly expect or hope for unless you're delusional. Trust me, a lot of people are delusional. What do we know? Is this random? No. This giant spike is because smart money had their limit orders there. They knew to always take profit. And maybe it's because I've trained 30 or 40 or 50,000 Forex traders the same lesson. At some point, it's going to have an impact. Nobody taught me this. But I've taught thousands, tens of thousands, that lesson. I learned it through observation. So anywho, oh my gosh, right? Oh my gosh. So this popped. I'm not interested. I would be interested in buying it if it did this. Okay. But we're a long ways from that. So as far as I'm concerned, somewhere in here, there's more than a reasonable chance of continuation. But this is a problem. Okay, cool. Doesn't mean I'm not a bear. I hope you're loving this. Would you please click the thumbs up button, and then on the recording, can you leave a comment on the recording? That means I'm going to stop streaming. You're going to refresh your page. And then in the comments below the video, leave a comment. Meanwhile, I'm going to take the Quant Box video from today, and you're going to learn all these lessons on like what did the GDP number mean historically. And if you join Investor Bootcamp, you can start the training courses on macroeconomics or central banking. Okay. And like I said, maybe maybe the second or third week of August, I think we're going to do a stock trading weekend. And you can watch the entire, I don't know what it is, 10, 12 hours over the course of 3 days. We'll set it up so that you can watch all the videos and be done with it. On how to construct a portfolio. And it's very math heavy, but I explain the math because I don't need you to know the math. I want you to know what the numbers mean. So I haven't seen it since I did it a year and a half ago. So I'm interested in watching again. And then really what I'm trying to do is watch everything again and then decide what I want to add to it because I want to do more. But then I thought, if I'm going to sit and watch 12 hours of videos, why don't you watch it with me? And then I'm like, that's like a conference. It's like a conference. Yeah, it is like a conference. So we'll do a weekend conference. We'll watch 12 hours of videos together like it's live. We'll take notes and we'll learn, and then I'll put down things that I want to add because there's a lot of things I want to add. Meanwhile, maybe I'll do that at TradeRs. Wouldn't that be cool? It'd be a way for you to get involved. So anyways, the world is great. Life is wonderful. Life is good. Life is beautiful. The future is going to be amazing. I wake up excited. Okay? When I woke up this morning, the first number on the clock was a 4, and I was excited. So I hope you are too. And I hope you're a part of it. I hope you share this vision, and I hope you stay close to me because I'm going to make things great again. Wait, that sounds like somebody I know, right? Yeah. Make the world good again. Make the world profitable again. I don't know. Give you a fighting chance in a very competitive market. I want you to walk into the room of traders, all these sharks, and know that you're not the liquidity event. You're not the chum. You're not, right? You're not the prey. I want you to walk in and say, I know why I take every trade I make. And I only do it when the timing is right. Yeah. So I will see you if you're in my swing trading group. It's a whopping $99 a month. I will see you at 4 p.m. Last time at 3:30, I had a forced Microsoft update. Oh, see, I think they already knew about the CrowdStrike problem. And they forced me to update. And then when I updated, I had technical problems and I couldn't get going. And then at 3:59, in fact, I can prove this to you. Then at 3:59, I finally got my machine up. And I was about to log in to do swing trading, which is due at 4. And then I ran into another problem. And the only thing I could get to work at that time was my phone, but it was kind of limited. But I'll show you. I posted this. I don't think anyone saw it, but I just wanted to show you. I'll point this out. Okay. That dot is me at 3:59. Right? So I spent, maybe 45 minutes trying to get the Microsoft update to work. And I finally logged in, and at 3:59, less than 1 minute before the start of swing trading last week, lost power. And that's me. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So my apologies. All apologies. Okay. The video I'm about to upload is going to be here. Compliments of the firm. Okay. It's going to be here. Okay. So that's the other thing. After leaving a comment, then go to, I think I don't need the featured part. Go here. And you can watch today's Quant Box video, and there are special lessons in there. They're literally right now adding people that will be powerful, so you understand today's GDP number. I do it in great detail. So I'll upload that now. You're going to leave a comment, and then I'll see you over here at Quant Box. And then swing traders, I'll see you at 4 over at Investor Bootcamp. What a world. What a life. I'm in love with you. Boop, boop, be doo.